Heeeeyyy. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going over my 21-day financial fast that I just completed. It was a really great journey for me, and it's something that I think that you guys would be truly interested in, especially if you kind of just want to go in depth about why you spend the way that you do, and then also for future prosperity. So if that's something that interests you, be sure to stick around and watch the video. In the meantime, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, and we're just gonna hop right into the video. So today is day one of the fast, and I feel real optimistic about this 21-day fast. I feel that I am going to take away some things that will help me along my financial freedom journey. Right now, I do have one debt left, which is my student loans, and hopefully that will be paid off by July of 2021. Initially, I had planned to pay it off this year, but things didn't go quite as planned. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm a little bit nervous too, because I know that in the past when I've done no spends for a designated amount of time, there's always been kind of this gray area, and I'm like, oh, okay, like, what is this classified as? What is this not classified as? Is this me breaking it? Is this me not breaking it? So in day one of the book, she just kind of goes over the purpose of the fast and what things are allowed and what things aren't allowed. But the part that I like about this is just the commitment that you keep to yourself to ensure that you are going to end up at the end of this and be like, wow, like I really did a good job. This was a really great experience for me because I actually stuck to the things that I said I was going to do, and I didn't try to find ways to kind of get around this or be like, technically this falls under that. So hopefully at the end of this, I will come back and be like, yeah, this is something you definitely should try, or whatever the case may be. So I'll see you guys in a few days. I've completed 4 days of the fast so far, and it's been interesting, which is the first 4 chapters happen to be part 1 of the book. Excuse me. And it just talks about how determining if the fast is for you or not, prosperity, generosity, why we do the things we do. And then there's like a journaling section, and it asks you to kind of outline what do you think about your finances in general, what's easy, what's hard, and then how do you plan to apply what you learn in each of the chapters. The journaling, not gonna lie, has been the hardest part for me because I feel like I'm not used to thinking about certain questions when it comes to finances. Like my whole mindset on finances has always kind of been to save, invest, tithe, and then like of course spend money on myself, and as long as I was comfortable, that was kind of my mindset. But this is shifted, like how I'm gonna apply certain things, and I think that this differs from a no spend, because I've done no spends before, because it has a deeper meaning and it ties in the religious aspect with your finances, as well as, you know, being on top of everything and having things that you're going to continuously use on a daily, weekly, monthly basis far after you've completed the fast. But I'm excited to see how things are gonna continue to progress in this book. I have been being very resourceful, using the stuff in my house, which I always try to do. But at the same time, when I created my budget this month, there were a few things that I took out, as far as like going to the cleaners and getting a car wash. Now granted, when this is over, I will revert back to those things, but just given everything that was going on, I just kind of wanted to do things on my own, like washing my car myself, and also like ironing my clothes at home, which I hate ironing my clothes. I mean, I do have a steamer, but just little stuff like that where I'm just like, oh, like I would normally do this, but This month I'm not actually doing that. So it's been a little bit challenging for the most part, and going to the store too. I think that's one of the things where I'm just like, oh well, that looks good, like I want to try that out, and that's always been me. And now I'm just like, oh, okay, well, let me just buy the things that I specifically need for this meal or for a snack for the next few days, and not just randomly putting stuff in the basket because it looks appealing to me. But yeah, got about 18 more days to go, and I'll check in with you guys in another few days to give you an update about how everything's going so far. Hey guys, it's day 7. So far we've talked about budgeting, which I hold at the top of my importance list. If you guys haven't checked out my own budgeting video, be sure to actually do that. But also we talked about contentment and entitlement, and the one that stuck out to me the most was the entitlement one, because I feel that I've gotten caught up in that in the past, where I felt that I've worked the whole year, and because I set aside a certain amount of money to go on vacation, I felt entitled to go on vacation, even though my main objective was to pay off debt, and that just seems counterproductive. Or other little things that we do, like maybe once every 2 weeks we'd be like, oh well, I work hard every day, I go to work, therefore I should be able to go out and have a nice dinner with my friends, or whatever the case may be. And then also in regards to contentment, the book just talks about how you can't actually buy it, and how some people try to go about and do things, and when you're not content with the things that you have, how that affects your spending habits and things of that nature. But yeah, it's going good. I haven't had any hiccups. I'm looking forward to the rest of the chapters, and I'll check back in with you guys in a few days. Hey guys, so today I've completed day 18 out of my 21 days in this financial fast, and I'm really excited that I'm so close to the end. I honestly feel like it was just yesterday that I started this, and I feel really good about how consistent I've been to sticking to this. There has been a few days where I'm just like, wow, like I would really like to go to the store, you know, to pick up a few things, talking about TJ Maxx because I really love that place. Or it's like, oh, I want to go out and just, you know, have a nice meal outside the house. So, but I've been really grounded and being very disciplined. And I hope that this is something that I can continue. Now, there are things that I have refrained from doing for the purpose of sticking to the financial fast that I know I will resort back to. However, I don't think that I will do them as frequently as I have been doing, just because it's going to be roughly close to a month and I haven't done all those things. So therefore, I could probably space some of these things out to every other month or once a month, or whatever the case is, depending on which specific thing it is. But yeah, overall, we in the book we've discussed debt, and then we've talked about being a caregiver for your parents and kind of planning for that and making sure that you have enough money to support them if that is something that you think is going to be likely, and you don't think that whatever savings or assets or investments they have will be able to take care of them when that time comes. And just having a peace of mind when it comes to your finances, because of course life happens and we don't really know when it's going to happen to us, but we do know that at some point in some time it is going to happen. And just kind of having your finances in order gives you that extra peace of mind so that you can focus on whatever you're dealing with and not have financial stresses attached to that. Other things that have been discussed is just being a good steward over your money and giving. So I really like the topics in the books when it comes to finances, because generally prior to this book, when it came to finances, I just primarily focused on saving, investing, and then of course paying off debt. Those are really the only three areas that I've talked about. Haven't really talked about kind of the part of like assets, being able to pay for other things that might come up, and then just kind of making sure that everything is aligned. And it's a lot associated with it, and I know that I can easily get overwhelmed thinking about, okay, like now I have to start paying for like a burial plot, and I need to go and get a living will done, and make sure that these power of attorneys are in order, and make sure that all of my assets are listed here, and that this life insurance policy lines up, and then this long-term care policy numbers are here. So I think when you sit down and you hear all that stuff and you know about all that stuff, it kind of becomes overwhelming, and we just kind of procrastinate about it. But it is very important, and this book in general, I think, is just kind of opening up my eyes without overwhelming me to stuff, and giving you resources or different routes to take to get the intended result that you're looking for. But yeah, overall, I cannot wait until this book is over, just to see what things I'm going to implement, and then be like, oh, okay, like I started that during the fast and this really works for me. So I want to continue this practice after the fast. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a few days. So you guys, this is day 21, last day of the fast, and I'm so excited that I decided to take this leap and go down this journey. I do think it is one that I will revisit on a yearly basis, just because there's always ways that you can improve your spending habits. But overall, I believe that the book was just great, and the journaling was an option that I really enjoyed, because I like writing down things and kind of having to think about them and being able to reflect back on those things by flipping back through the pages. But yeah, I don't know. But the next step in this journey is just to track your spending for 30 days after, to kind of see what improvements you've made. And then once you're done with those 30 days, you'll kind of compare that to where you were before you started the journey, well, the 21-day fast, and then your 21-day fast. Hopefully you were able to stick to the things that you said you were going to do within your budget, and then afterwards to see where there are some areas that you can kind of cut back on, per se, in order to achieve true prosperity throughout life. So you guys, my 21 days is up. As you can see, I look halfway put together. And that was probably one of the cons that I thought about this whole journey. So yes, during my 21 days, I did not spend any excess amount of money, but there are also things that I consistently do, that I'm going to consistently do, as far as getting my eyebrows done and going to the nail salon and getting my hair done. However, this has made me kind of rethink and say, hey, maybe you just need to get your nails and your feet done once a month instead of going every 2 weeks. And then as far as my hair too, I don't have a problem wearing my natural hair out. So that is something that I'm probably going to alternate doing it every other month, versus me taking my hair down whenever I feel ready, wearing it out for about a week, and then going back to get a different style. So that is something that I took away. And I think it just made me think about prosperity more, and more so of like a future aspect, especially when it comes to taking care of my mother and stuff when it gets to that age. Because right now she's in her 50s, so that's not a necessity right now. But you know, 10, 15, 20 years from now, that may be something that I have to do, and things to keep in the back of my head. And I know that my mom isn't one of those individuals that would feel comfortable being at any type of home, regardless of how nice it is and regardless of the amenities that they have there. So I do see her coming to stay with me, preferably because I'm the favorite, or at least I like to think. So things like that. But yeah, overall, I do think this is something that if you're interested in getting like more in tune, in touch with your finances and the various aspects of your finances, not just the savings and investing aspect with which a lot of people tend to focus on, but everything as a whole, so that you in the long run will obtain prosperity and whatever that means to you. So in the comments below, be sure to let me know if this is something that you see yourself doing and why. And if it's not, let me know too. And till the next time, you guys, I'll see you in another video.